All right, nigga, you ready to get into these topics?
Let's go.
Rebecca, I just have to ask you this. What is the difference between a rookie performer and a veteran? What do you think the difference is?
Well, if we just talk about in general, I feel like veterans have more knowledge, more wisdom, more skill set in regards to how things are going to go versus a rookie player. A veteran player is obviously more experienced and more knowledgeable and well versed in whatever it is you're doing. Rookie players, it depends on who it is. They come with the ego, but they just comes with just trying to be braggadocious and not knowing to be better. And the OGs looking at them like, nigga, you stupid. So that's how I think of a rookie player versus
Talking like a
a
performer,
veteran,
you
a
know,
performer.
like a singer, a rapper,
Oh, like, well,
artist.
rookie performers, they got all the energy. With little to no sleep. If we talking about music, I mean, some of the music is more trash than the veterans. The veterans are a bit forward. You know, the turns ain't as crisp as they used to be. We talk about from that perspective. Um, but again, they do
Do
still have
you
the will
feel?
with, huh?
Do you feel like some of the older people, the veterans, do you feel like the veterans had more respect for the game because that was their bread and butter versus
Oh, 100%. Not even just because it was a bread and butter. I think that veterans just had a respect for the game because it was a lot of you had to be because of the work ethic, the knowledge, the creativity, the culture to completely submerge yourself into something. Does that make sense? Like I think they have more respect for the game. One, because they were able to like not just pop in and be famous. You really had to work at your craft to get good. And it's more so of a respect of being able to see the game blossom and grow and develop versus this new person coming in and they refuse to pay homage to the veterans, I guess.
now what about as far as the music? Because you could still listen to like an Etta James,
Mm-hmm.
like
It's not
I
timeless.
got that Sunday kind of love. Like that came out a long 50 years ago.
Yeah, the veteran music is more timeless. It's classic. You can play that music for generations and generations come. This new stuff, it doesn't hold any weight. It's not meaningful. It's just what's good for the summer club, and that's it.
Mm. And you feel like that helps them or hurts them in the long run?
I think it hurts them eventually because when they get our age, what y'all gonna listen to? Y'all still gonna be listening to the stuff that y'all said was old for us. Because that stuff that y'all got now, you can't listen to that shit when you 50, 60. At least you shouldn't be.
Mm.
When you 50, 60, 70 years old, it's not gonna stand the test of time.
Well, the reason why I brought this topic up, because I'm a huge music fan. I love music, like the OJs.
Mm-hmm.
mean that I guess it's a double entendre. I like the OJs, but I was referring more so to the song. I love music, all
Mm-hmm.
of it. And to me, a veteran knows the tricks and trades of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got a certain presence. And I was actually watching this video,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to share my screen here real quick. I was actually watching this video, of our sister Angela Winbush.
That was you. I went with to go see her concert. Angela Winbush and
You did
Club
go
U.
see Angela Winbush. Okay. Can you see that screen?
I sure can.
All right. So I was watching TV one day, and I just so happened to pop up with I'm gonna turn the sound down when I get a copyright strikes. Okay, I was watching this video, right? And I just want to point some things out. Give you the play-by-play. All right, so you got the two dancers on stage. They doing what they doing, right? My screen's kind of messed up. All right. So then let's just fast forward.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there goes Sister Angela Winbush. She getting the dance steps in. Now the crowd, you look at the crowd. The crowd is like, because she's already like 2 minutes into her performance right now. But when you first look at it, when they pan to the crowd isn't like they kind of into it, but it's more or less.
But not really.
Right, not really. It's more or less, I say, from what I've seen, the women of the generation. Can I move this?
Mm-hmm.
This little taskbar. Can you see this little taskbar up here?
Mm-hmm.
Move this. It doesn't matter. It's kind of annoying me. But anyways. So look, she got her little choreography going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not too much, because I mean she is an elderly woman, but she in shape. Look at her. She got the choreography down. She getting into it. I like the fact that Sister Angela is getting the crowd involved.
Yeah.
She came out to, I think, I'll Be Good, her song, I'll Be Good. I think that's what she's singing right now. That was her intro song. That was her song. And there's a certain flow, there's a certain order to the way people put together concerts.
Yeah, their set list. Yep.
Yeah, the set list. So she knows she comes out. Okay, my first 2 hits at least gotta be bangers. Look at her, she kicking a leg up in the air. Okay, now you're starting to see a couple brothers up front. They doing their little recording or whatever. Okay, cool. We're gonna fast forward. Oh, hold up. Let's fast forward. Okay, so this is 10 minutes in. She's about, I want to say, maybe like 3 songs in. Okay, now look at the crowd. They're a little bit more engaged than what they was. You see people starting to get their phones. The last time they panned out to the crowd was like, like they was looking a little tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say, because she didn't had to come out here, crowd was completely dry. If that had been some of these new artists, and we've seen the articles now, look, she's using her microphone, she's getting the crowd involved. So now, as she's talking to the crowd while she's catching her breath, that's veteran shit right there.
Now you got some people that's standing up.
Now you got Auntie and her dashiki. Yes, Lord, yes. And so basically, like, she done 2 or 3 songs, and I think she still might be doing a song or whatever. You see, she hitting them high notes, so she might be towards the end of her second or third song. Okay, so she getting the crowd involved. Oh, you, everybody on this side, and all the people on that side. So she's starting to get a little bit more crowd engagement, and this is like, what, 12 minutes in, give or take? So then she's going to take her time. She's going to talk to the crowd. I'm a breast cancer survivor, and the guy brought me through, and woo. All the time, she's giving herself and her backup dancers a chance to rest between songs. So you see, she look, she doing it again. She getting the crowd involved. She making them feel like they're a part of the show. She's almost forcing you, like she's using her stage energy to force you to get into this song. And you're gonna see towards the end of the video. Now look, more people are starting to get interested. They don't look bored no more. Less people are on their phones. And this was like the Juneteenth celebration performance that she did. Okay, now look at it. This is what 20 minutes into a 30-minute set list, 30-minute, 6-minute set list. So now look at it. She on stage, she clowning. Now look, now you got people at the front of the stage. See what I'm saying? Those people was still sitting down at the beginning of the performance. And now granted, Angela was popular in the 80s. Her and Renee had a bunch of hits, Angel and Smile, and I love you more. She had a bunch of hits in the 80s. When when our parents was young, me and you was be like barely alive in the 80s. You a few years older than me.
I was only like 84. So
I wasn't even alive in 84 though. So my parents was still like in their 20s. So now you got Angela. Now look at the people though. Look at the people. Now she get
yes, a lot of people on their feet.
But did you notice that before though?
Right. No, I saw the progression of it. I did.
So now I think she's taking a break. I think she's taking the time to catch her breath. She's going to talk to the audience like, hey, I've been doing this for 40 years, beloved, and I thank y'all for coming out to support a sister. And it means a lot to me that you all are still listening to my songs. And I got the grandmamas, and you know how artists do. I got the grandmamas and the mamas
yeah.
and the daughters and the granddaughters listening to my music. And I had breast cancer and God brought me through. And so she cool. She don't have to perform the whole 30 minutes. Let me take 5-10 minutes, stop, have a little praise break, catch my breath, get my backup dancers. Because one of the dudes is actually her choreographer. So one of her backup dancers is the choreographer, and him and the other dude and her, they dance together, whatever. So now she's taking the time to basically tell her story. Because again, this might be an event where this is the first time that someone might be introduced to Angela Winbush.
I didn't know she was a minister now.
I did not know that either.
I just looked on her Instagram. She's a minister.
That's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay, now she looked like she about done talking to the crowd. How y'all feeling out there tonight? Ladies, you good? What about you, fellas? All right, all right. So now you got people standing up. You got the sister with her Chinese fan over there. And now we're gonna scroll towards the end of the video. Now everybody up front.
Like everybody on their feet.
I think she's doing a gospel song. Again, I don't want to play no audio because of the copyright strikes and all that. I don't want to happen. But yo, she into it and she getting it, and she even talks about the fact that she's like, hey, I'm 68, I'm a grandmother, I love being a grandmother. I had my time on the road, I did what I did. It's great that and she thanked the fans. I thank y'all for coming to see me. I don't do this every day type, but they offered me the bag and I want to get out here with you. Now look at all the people in the background. Now look at all the people in the background. Yep. All these people at the beginning of the show was dry, looked like they were sleepy. Now look, you got the sister over here in the white Caribbean shirt. She looked like she was around that time. But then you got a girl right there in the black power shirt. She looked like she about our age.
Yeah.
And if you look in that audience, if you actually watch the whole video, you see where there's like little kids and stuff like that. I think it was no, it wasn't Essence, it was a Juneteenth celebration. But look at it, man. She people jumping up, they shouting, they doing this, and she
Girl,
can
got stamina.
do a gospel song when she mainly sing R&B, but she straight doing a gospel song. They over there having church right now. I know that energy. Look the sister right there. Ah, Jesus. Yes.
Cup in the hand.
If it hadn't been
Speak,
for this
Lord.
fine Lord.
Speak to me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl.
Sharing my screen here. So we see all these new artists that they're getting trash thrown at, like bottles,
I've seen that, yeah.
shoes.
It's a lot of that.
All take like boo, like motherfuckers straight booing you, like boo, nigga, get up, boo. I guess booing is not good enough anymore. I guess if you boo, they don't take the hint, so now they just throw shit at you, which is something they probably always done. I remember if y'all watched the first Blues Brothers, when they went to that little country bar, Country Bob's, little eatery or whatever, and they tried to do a blues song, and them honkies started booing their ass and throwing beer bottles at them. Y'all got everybody who knows the Blues Brothers, classic movie. Yeah, they started out trying to do a blues song. Do 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 do. When in 30 seconds, them honkies started throwing all Budweiser bottles at their head. I feel like y'all get mad when you don't sell out your arenas. The baby is not selling out like he was.
Nah, he's not.
Lil Baby's concerts aren't selling like they first was. Not to say Lil Baby's a trash artist. He cool, but his opener had to drop off from his concert due to low ticket sales. Like, it almost seems like the only person who's selling out shows now is Beyonce.
And that's insane because them tickets are astronomical.
Them tickets require $10,000, a pint of blood, a kidney, 2 ribs,
and just a sprinkle of your soul. Like,
you won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You gonna break your soul. You pay for them tickets, goddamn. Don't be like Odell who paid for them Beyonce tickets, but didn't pay the mortgage on her condo. Don't be like her.
Oh yeah, Shave Hair there. Red did try to then start that GoFundMe. People legit donated to that lady. Like money, for real money.
I know a lot of women be like, hey, I want to see Beyonce, but them tickets though. I'm gonna have to catch her on the Blu-ray.
Man, somebody posted videos on YouTube at some point.
But that's also to the testament of Beyonce. Like, I'm not a huge biggest fan of Beyonce, but I respect the work ethic.
Oh yeah, she got crazy work.
Been working since she was a little girl, even throughout Destiny's Child and all its variations, to her by herself, then her with Jay-Z. You know, they did a bunch of songs and shit together in the early mid 2000s, and hell, Beyonce still going strong. Still selling out albums, still selling out arenas, puts on a good show. And I think that's part of it, because I feel, and I also see a lot of people have like, yo, if you was going to come over here and do the Milli Vanilli, which they weren't the first ones to do it. They was just the first ones to get caught. If you're going to come over here and do the lip sync battle on your goddamn concert, like, why are we even here? Why do we pay 40, 50, 60, 100, whatever? Why do we pay all this money if we're just going to sit here and watch you perform basically the song exactly the way the album sounds? Or they'll start the song off and then basically put the mic to the crowd and let you finish the whole song. That has a place, because that's called the call and response. When I say, hey, you say ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, you ain't supposed to be whoop de whoop, 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 and you just, the rest of the show, you just hold the microphone out.
Right.
But like Ice-T say, if you watch that Auto Rap documentary with Ice-T, he's like, you know, a veteran's got tricks of the trades. And
Yeah.
he was talking to Dub C. They got a bag, they got a tool bag, an arsenal bag that they could pull out of. So he was talking to Dub C, and Dub C, West Coast rapper, was like, you know what? I was at one of your shows one time and you fucked me up. Like, you was rapping and shit. I to the C to the E to the P. Can't nobody fuck with me. Woo woo woo. And the record skipped. Like something happened, and the record skipped, and immediately you didn't miss a beat. You looked at a chick, was like, huh? You looked at a chick like, huh? What'd you say? Hold on, DJ, hold on. We gotta start this thing over. We gotta start this thing over. And Ice-T was laughing about it. Dude was like, am I wrong? He was like, no, that's one of my tricks. He's like, that's one of my tricks. He's like, I'll let you know another one of my tricks. He said, if I ever forget my lines, I know that there's a fan in the front row of every show that knows every word of every song. I immediately find him in the crowd. And if I ever get lost, I put the microphone up to him and he'll jump me back on.
That's which is smart.
That's veteran shit. Veteran shit is Angela Winbush coming out there to a cold crowd, to an ice cold crowd. They was cold. And I've experienced that as a person who used to be a worship leader at church. I do understand the format, because when you come into church, people aren't, warmed up like that. So you gotta, open up with a couple high energy praise songs and whatever the case may be. You same shit you do when you wake up first thing in the morning. When you wake up first thing in the morning, do you listen to smooth jazz R&B, or do you listen to some shit like Lil Jon to get you crunk in the morning, to get your energy flowing?
Yeah.
So she took a crowd from a standstill and pulled them a mighty long way, versus some of these new artists. I feel like, yeah, I ain't shit. Y'all don't love me. I'm going off the stage. Woo, 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 woo. These people pay money to come see you. And you and your feelings because they didn't fuck with you because you didn't do a good job. That's a reflection of you, not your fans.
Yeah, I've heard of a few artists that walk off the stage if they feel like they crowd ain't as hype as they should be.
Man, shit. Man, fuck y'all.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's a reason why the Isley Brothers, though it may be only two still performing, there's a reason why the Isley Brothers can still perform. Like, they had a tiny desk they did last year, NPR Tiny Desk. Charlie Wilson had one this year. Charlie Wilson been singing since probably the 60s and 70s. Of course, people were singing before they got famous and shit. So Charlie Wilson had an excellent tiny desk where Charlie Wilson can walk you through, outstanding, and you did this and whoop-de-whoop, but then he could take you into, hey girl, how you doing? I'm Charlie, and then into, hey, can I get to the yams? Decades of hits, my nigga.
Yeah.
Decades.
I love me some Charlie Wilson. I love his voice.
To this day, he say, can I get to the yams?
Can I get to the yams?
Instantly, that chorus was iconic.
Don't forget that.
Because not only is niggas thinking about the yams on the Big John side of the game, they also thinking about some yams that they gonna eat for Sunday dinner.
Right.
I just feel, not to say that there's everybody like that, because I mean, Drake puts on a good show, I'm sure, because he stays touring. J. Cole puts on a good show. I've watched a few of his live shows that he's done. J. Cole puts on a good show. But again, by now, these niggas is veterans. Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, these niggas been in the game for years. They veterans now. It's the new niggas, like Sexy Red and Glorilla and whoever else. Not saying them in particular, but I don't really know like these new artists like that. But it'd be like you see artists be like, oh, this artist walking off the stage. Because people was throwing trash at you. They throwing trash at you because your show is ass. They not fucking with you like that. Take more pride in your craft. Big Daddy Kane said, he said, what Big Daddy Kane said? He said, rappers nowadays, all they got is a banging beat and a catchy hook. He said, all they are is riding trends. So he says, when that trend's gone, you're gone. And he's like, he's like, you know, what you did, you made your producer a star. Because your producer was the one that came up with the beat and maybe the hook too. So you steady riding the wave, you riding trends. And trends don't last long, especially these days. Trends go.
Like everything blends.
Like that. The lingo changes so fast. Everything changes so fast. I got a TV for Black Christmas Walmart last year. Now I got to get another TV. What's wrong with the TV you got?
Nothing. The newest model came out. Got the same features.
I got to have the newest. It's 3 inches bigger. Because I feel like the trend is, I got to have the bigger TV. I got to have the better game console. I got to have this. I got to have that. I got to have the newest car. I got to have the newest this. I gotta try to fit into a mold in order for myself to be famous so I can get this money. Why don't you do something different? And that's one of the things that I like to do. I like to be different. I don't like to do the same things everybody else is doing. I like women who are doing different things. And a whole lot of females out here, you know, my age range, got rental properties. You know, it seems like a lot of females now, you just want to have hot girl summers, but you ain't trying to do shit else. I get it, you young. Shit happens. You do what you do when you're young. Because again, life isn't linear, it's not straight. But you've got to be different. Like the reason why a lot of these females ain't getting chose, because you're not different. You offering the same shit that everybody else is offering. I was telling my friend, telling the white girl, yes, I'm talking to a white woman. There, I said it. Now, so I was talking to a white girl, and I was like, you know, the thing about it is a more expensive product might not necessarily be what someone buys simply because it's more expensive. It's just like you could be a stripper and you could have the baddest chick in the strip club and she can't pop a booty like the other chick can who's not quite as bad, but she doing all type of flips and spins and shit on the pole. And you wondering why the girl who doing more spins and flips and shit on the pole is getting more money than the chick who look better, because the chick who doing all type of flips and tricks is putting on a better show. She's presenting a better product. So therefore she's getting more money. So what you think of what might be the most expensive might not be the best. It's all in your perspective, but dare to be different, dare to do something else, dare to think outside the lines. Like, yo, stop trying to emulate everybody else. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Do something different.
You weren't put on this earth to be like somebody else. You put on this earth to be you.